So the LO is to recognise and identify acute and obtuse angles. Now, there's a question at the top there that says, acute angles are less than / more than 90 degrees. Well, acute angles are angles that are less than 90 degrees. So we could cross out more than 90 degrees out of this one. Because acute angles are less than 90 degrees. And it says here, obtuse angles are less than more than 90 degrees. So if acute angles are less than 90 degrees, then obtuse angles are more than 90 degrees. So we cross out less than. Yep. But less than, more than 180. So acute angles are more than 90 degrees, but are less than 180 degrees. So we're going to cross out more than, because angles that are more than 180 degrees are called reflex. So more than 180 degrees are called reflex angles. Okay, so which angles are acute and which are obtuse? Now, the best one to show you first will be this right angle, which is a bit upside down on the page at the moment, so you have to turn the page to check. So this one is our right angle, and most of the time you see angles, there's a square to tell you. Okay, so oriented the paper correctly now to see the right angle nice and clearly. So the right angle there is 90 degrees. So this angle here is 90 degrees. Okay, right there, 90 degrees. So after we can have a look at some other angles now. So let's have a look at this angle here. This angle here, I can tell, is an obtuse angle, and the way I know that is because it is more than 90 degrees. And I know not all of you will have a protractor, but I like to show you with a protractor to help you understand. So if I put my protractor, so here's the protractor, it goes from 0 to 180 degrees, and depending on which side your lines are, the way your two lines are written, depends on where you need to read the protractor, if you need to read the inside numbers or the outside numbers. Now, I know if I put the protractor, we call them crosshairs, here, so these two on the line there, so you have it right on the 0 line. So this line here is on the 0, and then this line here is where our angle is, where our second line is, and the angle is right there. So we measure it by looking here at the inside of the protractor, the numbers there. So 90 would be straight up there. There's 90. It's a little bit more than 90. It is actually really on 110 degrees. So this angle measures 110 degrees. And it is an obtuse angle. And this paper says, choose 3 colours, fill in the key, then colour the angles as appropriate. So I will colour an obtuse angle. I will colour it a blue, for example. So I can't hold a phone at the same time, so I'll just very carefully, you would do this with a ruler. Just so I know you're doing much better than me. I'll colour this angle in blue, because that is an obtuse angle, 110 degrees. Now this angle here, I can tell by looking at it, is an acute angle, because it's less than 90 excuse me, less than 90 degrees. I'll put the protractor back on, so level with the baseline on the 0, and then the point there right in the middle of the crosshairs, so I can see the angle going up there, and that, and the inside look, the inside again will be measuring 50 degrees. 50 degrees is this one, but it is an acute angle because it's less than 90 degrees. Because remember, acute angles are less than 90 degrees, so I'll make this one green on my key. It's very difficult to do with holding a phone, do this at the same time. There we go. So we'll do that. there. So that one is acute, and we said it was 50 degrees. Now, let's have a look at this one here. Now, as you can see, it's not, the paper needs to be turned here, but if we turn the paper, it should be clear to see. Again, that is another obtuse angle. It is more than our 90-degree angle. Okay, so I'll put there the 90 degrees there. And a right angle, the name of this angle, it's a right angle, the 90 degrees. So I'll make that one, what the colour I have, a red. $90 degrees. That is a right angle. Okay, and now I can see, go back to this one. So this one I can see is clearly more than 90 degrees. And we can check that with a protractor. Sorry about that. There we go. Right, check this with a protractor. Stick it on this side. Now, because the baseline is going to the left, it's going to the left of the protractor, the baseline. Because of that, we have to look at the outside numbers this time. The outside numbers to measure this angle. So this one, if I were to, the line goes there, finishes around there, so I would have to really use, I'll use another protractor, so another one would be to help me with a straight line to check whereabouts it goes up to. So that angle would measure around about 103 or 104 degrees. In a question, in a test or anything like that, 103, 104 would be correct. Either side, because it's that close, 103 degrees. So either answer would be correct. So this one is obtuse. So making that one blue. Now let's do one more angle. Let's do this angle here. Okay, so this angle, I can tell it's acute because I can see it's going to be less than 90 degrees. And let's just check with the protractor. Again, this angle goes to the left, so therefore we need to use the outside numbers on the protractor, and as you can see it is in between 40 and 50, so I'll use another protractor to make the line a little bit bigger. Let's make, but you have to be very careful when you do this, that it doesn't move the protractor at all, so be very, very careful here. Like that. So that is bang on in between 40 and 50. I would say that is... Oh, let's move it again. You have to be very, very careful. Very careful indeed. Let's move it again. So that is round about 46 degrees in between 40 and 50. 46, so a little bit close to 50, but 46 degrees the same, and it's an acute angle because it is less than 90 degrees. So, just to clarify there, so acute angles are any angles that are less than 90 degrees, smaller than a right angle which is 90 degrees, and angles that are obtuse are more than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees, and they are two examples of how they look and how they are measured.